take a deep breath. Now, think about the first thing you looked at this morning. Was it the gentle morning light filtering through your window? Or was it the harsh blue light of a screen? For so many of us, our digital world is the first thing we enter and the last thing we leave. It's a space where we work, play, connect, and learn. But for many, it has also become a space of immense unspoken stress, a landscape of digital noise. The desktop screen so cluttered with icons you can't see the wallpaper. The inbox with a 4-digit number glaring back at you. The endless scroll that leaves you feeling more empty than informed. We try to fix it with new apps, new systems, new productivity hacks. But what if the solution isn't another tool, but a change in our very soul, our mindset? What if we could approach our digital lives not as a container to be managed, but as a garden to be cultivated? There is a way, inspired by a quiet, enduring philosophy, to turn this chaos into a sanctuary. Let's begin with the screen you look at most often, your desktop, your phone's home screen. We tend to see it as a storage unit, a place to pin anything and everything for quick access. But we should instead see the value in its emptiness. Think of a traditional Japanese room, where the lack of clutter, the open space, is not a void. It is a functional and beautiful element in itself. This is the concept of ma, the space between things. This empty space is what gives the few items in the room their meaning and importance. Your digital desktop is the same. When it is cluttered, nothing is important. When it is clear, with only a few essential tools, each one has purpose. This isn't about deleting everything. It's about honoring the space. The goal is not a barren wasteland, but a serene landscape where your mind can breathe. A clear screen leads to a clear mind, allowing you to begin your work or your day from a place of calm, not immediate overwhelm. From this place of calm, we can consider how we engage with our tasks. We've been sold the myth that productivity means doing more things at once. We listen to a podcast while answering emails, while keeping an eye on a chat window. But this is not strength. It is fragmentation. The mind, when split, gives a fraction of its power to everything, and its full power to nothing. The alternative is to embrace the art of the single task. When you decide to write a report, close every other tab. When you choose to read an article, put your phone on silent and place it out of reach. Give each digital action the respect of your full, undivided attention. It feels strange at first, almost too slow for our hyper-stimulated world. But soon you discover a depth of focus you thought you'd lost. The work is better, the stress is lower, and the task is completed faster than if you were juggling 3 things at once. This is the quiet power of concentration, of doing one thing beautifully. Now think about where new things arrive in your digital world. The downloads folder, the desktop. These are the entryways to your digital home, and for many of us, they have become cluttered, forgotten junkyards. We download a file for a single use, and it sits there for years. We save an image as inspiration, and it gets buried under a pile of other temporary files. We must start treating these places as what they are, a temporary home. Imagine it like the Genkan, the entrance hall of a Japanese house. You take your shoes off there, but you don't leave them scattered for weeks. They are put away in their proper place. Your digital files deserve the same respect. When a file enters your downloads folder, it is a guest. It is there to be addressed. Either it is given a permanent, designated home in your folder system, or its purpose is fulfilled and it is thanked and deleted. This simple practice prevents the slow, creeping accumulation of clutter that eventually paralyzes our systems and our minds. The act of deleting can feel difficult. We have a just-in-case mentality. What if I need this photo from 2014? What if this draft document becomes important? This is digital hoarding, and it stems from a place of fear. To counteract this, we can adopt a practice of gratitude. Before you delete an old file, an unused app, or a blurry photo, take a single mindful moment. Look at it and thank it for the purpose it served. Thank you for the information you gave me. Thank you for the memory you held. Thank you for the function you once provided. This isn't a silly ritual. It is a profound mental shift. It changes the act of deleting from one of loss to one of completion. It acknowledges the item's value, making it easier to let go. This mindful departure allows you to curate your digital world with intention, keeping only what is truly valuable, useful, or beautiful to you right now. This intentionality should extend to the very moment we pick up our devices. How often do you unlock your phone with no real purpose? You're just opening the door to see what's inside, and you're immediately pulled into a vortex of notifications and algorithm-fed content. We need to practice an intentional entrance. Before your thumb touches the screen, ask yourself a simple question. Why am I opening this? The answer should be specific. I am opening this to check the weather. I am opening this to respond to my mother's message. I am opening this to look up a recipe. This simple pause, this moment of setting a purpose, acts as a shield. It prevents the mindless drift into distraction. You become the master of the tool, not its servant. You enter your digital world on your own terms, for your own reasons, and you leave once that purpose is fulfilled. Once inside, information is constantly flowing towards us. Emails, messages, news updates, social media feeds. It can feel like trying to drink from a fire hose. To manage this, we must think about creating a smooth and clear flow. Imagine a tranquil Japanese garden with a small stream. The water flows in, meanders gently through the rocks and plants, and flows out. It never stagnates. Your digital information should be the same. An email arrives. It is not left to sit in the inbox, creating a stagnant pond of anxiety. It is read. Then a decision is made. Does it require a reply? Reply now. Does it require an action? Add it to a task list. Is it for reference? File it in an archive folder. Is it junk? Delete it. The goal is to touch each piece of information only once and guide it to its next destination. This creates a current, a healthy nagare, or flow, preventing the buildup of digital dams that cause stress and overwhelm. As we build these systems, it's easy to become obsessed with perfection, the perfectly organized folder structure, the zero inbox dream, the flawless photo tagging system. But this pursuit of perfection is often a trap. It creates a system so rigid and demanding that we eventually abandon it, leading to even more chaos. We must instead embrace the beauty of imperfection, a concept known as Wabi-Sabi. Your digital life will never be perfect. You will have a messy desktop for a day. Your inbox will get out of control during a busy week. That is okay. The goal is not a sterile, flawless machine. The goal is a living, breathing system that serves you. A system that is simple enough to be maintained, flexible enough to handle life's messiness, and good enough to bring you peace. Find beauty in the functional, not the flawless. A simple folder system you actually use is infinitely better than a complex one you abandon. A core component of a functional system is the idea of a designated place. Think of a well-organized kitchen. You know exactly where the forks are, where the plates go, where the spices live. You don't have to search for them every time you cook. This lack of friction creates a peaceful, efficient environment. Our digital lives need the same logic. Every file type should have a home. All work documents go into a work folder with subfolders for projects. All photos are transferred to a photos library organized by year or event. All inspirational articles are saved to a single reading app. This isn't about creating 100 different folders for every little thing. It's about creating broad, intuitive categories so that saving and retrieving files becomes an automatic, thoughtless process. This harmony, this sense of everything in its rightful place, eliminates the constant low-grade stress of searching for lost files and brings a profound sense of control and order to your digital domain. This sense of order is not achieved through a single massive cleanup. A garden that is tended to only once a year will quickly become overgrown with weeds. Your digital world is the same. It requires gentle, consistent pruning. This is a continuous practice, not a frantic event. Once a week, take 15 minutes to mindfully prune. Unsubscribe from 5 email newsletters that you no longer read. Unfollow social media accounts that make you feel anxious or inadequate. Review the apps on your phone and delete one you haven't used in a month. This is like trimming a bonsai tree. Small, deliberate cuts that maintain the health and shape of the whole. It is a quiet, meditative practice that prevents the buildup of clutter before it starts. It keeps your digital world light, relevant, and aligned with the person you are today, not the person you were a year ago. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, we must draw a line. In Japanese culture, there is the idea of a kekai, a barrier that separates the physical from the spiritual, the sacred from the mundane. We must create these sacred barriers in our own lives, between our digital world and our real one. This is not about rejecting technology, but about putting it in its proper place. Designate tech-free zones in your home, like the dinner table or the bedroom. Create tech-free times like the first hour after you wake up, or the hour before you sleep. This boundary is a declaration that your life is more than your screen. It is a commitment to being present with your family, with your food, with your own thoughts. This quiet space you create is where true rest, reflection, and connection happen. By protecting this space, you protect your mind and your spirit from the constant demands of the digital world, allowing you to return to it refreshed, focused, and in control. Transforming your digital life is not a weekend project. It is a gradual, mindful practice. It's about seeing your digital world not as a burden to be managed, but as an extension of your mind to be cared for. It is a space that can be chaotic and stressful, or it can be a place of focus, peace, and creation. The choice is not in the apps you download, but in the mindset you cultivate. Start with one of these ideas. Create a little space. Focus on a single task. Honor a boundary. Be gentle with yourself. And slowly, gently, you will craft a digital life that serves you, that brings you clarity, and that gives you back your most precious resource, your time and your peace of mind.